Hi, welcome to another video. In this video, I want to make some beanies. I've been on a bit of a double strand beanie kick, and I've never made double stranded beanies before. Oh, I've never double stranded before. I've seen a lot of people do that, but I've never personally tried it because I always thought, oh, that's going to be like really tangly and whatever. But then I made this double-stranded rib beanie. This is a half double crochet back loop only rib in a pale pink and white. Clearly this is not my colour scheme. I made this for my nana. I had to go get this pom-pom. These are really soft. They're from Hobbycraft and they're usually £2, but they were half price. Of course, I had to like stock up on them a little bit, so I kind of got one in almost every colour. I came back with 6. Have I got them all? Yes, I do. These are the other 5. There we go. So we have a white pom-pom. There's some fluff coming out of that one. Jeez. White pom-pom. We got a black. We have a really nice like dark red, like burgundy almost. It looks brighter on camera than it is in person. It's a really nice dark red. We got a mustard yellow. This is a really nice one as well. Again, it looks brighter on camera than it does in person. And then this really nice like dark teal. So yeah, I'm thinking for this video, we're not gonna do anything with these two. Black and white can just stay in my stash. That's much more my colour scheme. But these 3 I couldn't resist getting. So we're gonna make something with these. I thought I had a colour to match this teal in my stash, but I didn't. So I had to go back to Hobbycraft and I picked up this yarn. It's the Women's Institute Premium Acrylic Yarn in the colour Petrol. It's a really nice like dark teal. It perfectly matches this pom-pom. Again, the yarn looks lighter on camera, but it is like the exact same colour. And I was like, do I just double strand this and make it the same? Or do I use a different colour? Because I've made, obviously this one was 2 colours, I've made another one as well, which was this like brown and beige. This is on pause because I've run out of the beige. Currently it's about like a child size. I guess I could finish it here. I got a lot of brown left. Got this much brown. But if you compare it to the pink beanie, it's quite a bit smaller. So I'll see how I feel with that. For now it's on pause. And everything is getting tangled because I'm just chucking it down here. Right. Okay. Oh. I keep accidentally pressing play on the YouTube video on the TV because I have my keyboard right here. And I keep chucking the hats on the keyboard and it keeps pressing play. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Got those 2. I had a look through my stash. I do have a couple of other blues, and so I picked up this one from my stash. It's a bit lighter, not a massive difference, but it is a bit lighter. It's the same brand, the Premium Acrylic, the Women's Institute Premium Acrylic Yarn in the colour dark turquoise. So I figured because there's only a slight difference, that might be nice to double strand and then have that on top. So that's one plan. For the dark red pom-pom, I had this colour in my stash. This is left over from a project I did last year. And it's like a burgundy, purple, like dark purple, dark red. I don't really know what you'd call this. but I thought that pom-pom goes really nice with it. So I just picked up the same when I got that teal, the petrol. I got this one as well. This is, again, my favourite brand from Hobbycraft, the Women's Institute Premium Acrylic Yarn in the colour Plum. I'm hoping this is enough for a hat and I can just double strand these two and the pom-pom will look nice on that. And then for the yellow one, the last one, we have this. This is a big 400-gram ball of Women's Institute Soft and Smooth Aran yarn in the colour Mustard. Yes. It is so soft and it perfectly matches this pom-pom. I had one of these before in a cream and like it had like tweed speckles in it, and I made a beanie and a really long scarf with just one ball of yarn, and it used up all of it because I did tassels as well. I used the last bit of the yarn to make tassels, and it is so soft, so cozy, and it's basically kickstarted my whole like beanie making craze. I don't know, I was really pleased with how that turned out. So then I've just been making beanies. And I thought with this one, instead of doing the really long scarf, I might try and do a snood, like a double crochet snood instead, like an infinity scarf to go with the beanie, and then it'll be like a set. So that's the plan. We have 3 beanies and a scarf. Today is Saturday. I'm gonna try and, I'd like to get all this done this weekend, to be honest, and just have like a collection of hats to show you at the end. So yeah, I'm gonna get started, I think, on the red one first, because I've never double stranded with the same colour, and part of me thinks that's gonna be a bit harder because when I was double stranding with the brown and the beige, even the pink and the white, like, because you're only going into the back loop most of the time, it's really easy to tell if you miss a strand, whereas when it's the same colour, I fear I'm gonna miss that, maybe. It's a bit harder to tell when it's the same colour. So we're gonna do that one first, get it out the way, and then probably do the blue one next, the teal, and then I will leave this big ball till the very end, and we will do that all in one go. That's the plan. So let's get started. I forgot to mention I'll be using a 7mm crochet hook. This was the recommended size on the half double crochet double stranded beanie that I was following for the pink hat, and that's just what I've been using since, and it's actually like turning out quite nice. They turn out quite chunky, so I'm going to continue with the 7mm. This is the only 7mm I got. It's from my Tunisian crochet hook set, so it's got this bit at the end that the cables screw into, but we're not using that, we're just using it as a crochet hook, and we're going to make a start on this one. This is where we're at so far. This is a free crochet pattern by, I think it was Crochet with Kate. It's a free pattern I found on Riblearn. It's what I've been following for the beanies I've made so far. So I've chained 37, and then you do 32 half double crochets, and then the last 3 stitches you do 2 singles and a slip stitch, and then you turn and basically mirror it. So then you would start with a slip stitch, 2 singles, and then half double crochet to the end. So we are currently in the middle of a row. For me personally, I have to mark the first stitch. So this is the very first half double crochet of the row, and at the other end I mark the last half double crochet. So after that I know that it's 2 singles and a slip stitch, and then I turn around and then I put it back in on the first half double crochet and carry on working. And that just means I don't have to like keep count. I can just like quite mindlessly work on this. We do the single crochets and the slip stitch at the end because it kind of makes it less bulky at the top. That's the end that you're going to cinch at the top of the head. And you can see on this one, the brown one, it kind of just pulls it in a little bit more. There's less material at the top here, so that when you cinch it, it's not going to be as bulky. So I've already lost track of how many rows I've done. This might be my third. I'll say it's my third. And I think the pattern calls for about 34 rows, I want to say. I'll have another look. This is where we're at. You can kind of see the rib starting there. So the lighting is a bit brighter now because I've had to put the big light on. It's only 3:50, but it's so dark outside. It's November now, so the days are getting very dark. But basically we have finished all 34 rows. So I'm at a point where we're gonna start to seam this up. It looks long, but obviously you fold up this bit. I kept a note of how long this has taken me, and I started at 12:40, and obviously now currently it's 3:50, but I did finish this about 20 minutes ago. Technically finished at 3:30, so that's taken me about 2 hours ish. I've had about 35-minute break throughout this because it's a lot to keep doing back to back. I've had like some snacks and some breaks just to split it up a little bit. So it's been about overall 3 hours, but I've only worked on this for about 2. So I am now going to seam this up with probably just a slip stitch. Close up the top and we'll add the pom-pom and then we'll have our first beanie. The hat is finished and I think that's a really good colour match. I really like how that turned out. I'm going to put it on to show you how well it fits, but I'm going to take my glasses off. I don't like how beanies look on me with my glasses on. So I just wanted to show how much yarn this actually used. So this was obviously all double stranded, and this is how much I've got left. So this was the ball I already had in my stash, and this is the new one. So I've probably got enough here to make another one, to be fair. By the way, these are the 11cm pom-poms from Hobbycraft. I love how big they are. They're really soft, and it's like the perfect size for a beanie like this. I will start the blue one today. I don't know if I'm going to finish it today because I'm going out later. We're on to this one now. I'm hoping these two colours will look nice together. If it doesn't, I will undo it all and just use this colour. I'm 10 minutes in, got 4 rows done. I'm not sure if the colours pick up on camera or not. These two are so similar, and I'm not sure how I feel about the lighter blue. I really wish the camera would pick it up properly. I like the dark blue, but I feel like the light blue just like really throws it off. I'll see if I can get a shot of it down here so you can actually see the colour a bit better. Okay, so it's the next day. I put this down last night and didn't go back to it. I also put a message out on my TikTok and my Instagram stories to try and get some other like feedback and some opinions on colours. And I think I've decided I'm gonna undo this and we're gonna try it with the darker blue, this petrol colour, and a black, and see how that looks. And if that also looks weird, then I'm gonna just start again and I'm just gonna use a single strand of this petrol. The only thing with that is I don't know how many rows I need to do or what hook size I need for a single strand half double crochet ribbed beanie, you know? So I'm gonna have to look that up. But for now, we're gonna frog this. Why is it knotted? And restart with the black. And then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, that's the plan. So I've worked up about 4 rows again of the petrol colour and black, and I actually think that looks a bit better. It's hard to show the colours on my camera. I'll insert a clip here of how it looks. I think that's much better suited to the pom-pom because the pom-poms are like a darker blue. The black I think complements it much better. So I'm gonna continue with the petrol and black I think and keep it as a double strand darker tone. I think that's much nicer. Cool. Okay, so the second hat is done. As you saw from before, I ended up using the black with the petrol colour. I actually really like how this one turned out. I think the sort of darker tones suit this pom-pom so much better. So, hat number 2. Let's try it on. Why not? It is very dark. What time is it? It's 20 to 4 and it's dark, or getting dark. Hang on. Does that help? I really like how this one turned out. I think it's a really nice colour palette and I'm really glad that I restarted it. So, hat number 2. We are gonna just have to deal with this poor lighting because my camera quality is not very good and it's getting dark outside. What time is it? It's 4:05 on Sunday. Okay. I've now got the light on, so it's going to be a bit grainy. I don't have the best camera, but we are 2 hats down. Pretty good. I do still have this big ball of yarn and the yellow pom-pom. So I'm thinking we start with a single strand, half double crochet rope beanie for this one. I just thought I'd quickly come and do an update about this. So we've 4 rows seems to be my like sample, my tester, because you get a good idea of the ribs and everything. So I have a few issues with this so far. This is single strand. I'm only using 1 strand. I think this is an Aran weight, so it should be a bit thicker than DK. But anyway, it's not. Since it is a single strand and I'm using a smaller hook, I've done more chains than the other 2 hats. So with these ones, this was 37 like starting chains and 34 rows. And this one I have done 48 starting chains. And I've even adjusted the top slightly. So on the previous one I did 2 single crochets and then a slip stitch. And this one I've done 4 single crochets and a slip stitch just to reduce the bulk at the top. But I'm feeling like I need to go down a hook size because you can kind of see through it quite a bit. Oh, there you go. I needed to move it closer. But it's just a bit gappy. I want it to feel cozy, you know? I also compared the length to the other beanies, and I think I need to take off some chains because even with the folded up brim, if I hold it up against this hat, I've got that right up at the top by where the pom-pom is, and even with the folded up bit, you can see it's like so much longer, and I really like the fit of these. Actually, I should see how many stitches that is. It's about 5 stitches. So I'm thinking of restarting, going down a hook size, maybe even like a whole hook size rather than half a hook size. So this yarn, I think I said, it recommends a 5mm. That's not going to show. Don't know why I bother. It recommends a 5mm, and I was using a 5.5. So I'm thinking of going down to a 4.5 instead. I think that will help tighten the stitches a little bit. Less starting stitches, smaller hook. Let's see how that turns out. Okay, let's start. So I have been using the 4.5 hook and I took off a few stitches. We started with a 45 chain, okay, and it definitely has helped with the gapping. That is a much like tighter stitch. You can still kind of like see through it a little bit, but overall it's a much nicer, less gappy look. And then compared to the beanie we made earlier, obviously this stretches, so it is about the same length with those 45 starting chains. And so it's just going to be a skinnier rib, lighter weight hat. I think I have to do more rows since this is skinnier. It kind of looks like these 6 rows equals about the same as like 4 on here. I can't do the math for that, so we will just keep going until the width is the same as that. Okay, I just did a bit of maths with a calculator because my brain isn't going to work for that. So based off of what I just said, with the 6 rows here being about the same as 4 rows on the other beanie, that should mean I need to do about 51 rows on this yellow one. So we will keep going until we hit about 50 and just kind of see where we're at, you know. We are currently at 6. We got quite a way to go. It's the next day now. Today is Monday, and this is how far I got with the hat last night. This is 40 rows. It's still not quite big enough. I think I calculated I've got to do about 51 rows to kind of equal the same. To be fair, it's not far off. I was just comparing it to the red one, which actually looks pretty close. I might do a couple more rows, take it up to about 42, 44, and we'll see. But this is nearly done, and I still have this big ball of yarn. So this is going to be plenty to make the scarf with. I didn't finish over the weekend like I originally wanted to, but that's fine. I did crochet a lot on the weekend. Okay, so this is the third hat complete. I think it turned out really well. I just tried it on, and even though it's like a one-stranded instead of the double-stranded, it still feels really cozy, but it's just a bit lighter. I always just I pull these pom-poms from Hobbycraft. They come with these ribbons on to attach to things, and I always just pull the ribbon through each side of the where I've closed it up with my crochet hook, and I just tie it in a bow. And you can't feel that when you wear it. It also means it's removable, so if you need to wash the hat or anything, you can take this off. But yeah, hat complete. And we've still got all of this. I ended up just doing 2 more rows, so this was 42 rows in the end. And I think it turned out like a really nice size. It's about the same as the others. Okay, so we've reached the end of this video. I have 3 finished beanies. We got the single strand mustard yellow. We have the double strand plum, and we have the double strand like teal and black. I did want to try and get the matching scarf completed for this yellow one, but we still have this much yarn, and even though I have started the snood, we still have quite a long way to go with this. I want to use up all of this yarn, so it's going to be nice and big and chunky. It's a snood, so it's just one big loop, and I'm just working around and around and around, doing basically the same stitch that I did for the hat. So it's the back loop only, half double crochet to get this like ribbed effect. I did a starting chain of 200, joined it, and we're just working around in continuous loop basically. I'm not actually going to wait till I finish this because I think this will take me a couple more days. Today is Tuesday. I kind of wanted to get this video out tomorrow, so I just don't think I'm going to be able to get that done today, and I wanted to film this outro whilst the sun was still out because it gets dark way too early at the moment. So if you're interested in seeing how this turns out, then keep an eye on my Instagram. I will post a finished picture of all of these, but also the snood with the matching beanie. I will put all my socials in the description box. Also in the description box I will have the link to my Etsy shop where I will have all of these listed for sale. So if you like any of them and you're in the UK, please take a look. If you have any other colour suggestions, let me know in the comments, because I still have a black pom-pom and a white pom-pom, and currently I have an idea for a black and white stripe that I might put either the white or the black, I'm not sure which. But yeah, or maybe like a half and half, that could be cool. But yeah, if you have any other ideas for colour combos, or if you'd like a custom hat, send me a message either on Etsy or Instagram. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a like, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. I plan to at some point get better equipment. I am only using my phone, and I am still getting used to talking to a camera, so sometimes I feel like I talk quite quietly, but I am trying. This is very out of character for me. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!